We're talking about a nice day.
Yes, no, today, this whole week, honestly, it looks really nice. We do have some rain chances kind of mixed in, but cloud cover, it's not bad. We do have some high mid-level clouds just kind of rolling on in from the west, but we are still seeing some breaks in those clouds. Still plenty of sunshine to go along with it, and temperatures are going to be warming up pretty nicely. So yeah, the high clouds moving in from the west, so just some high cirrus clouds. This is our Concho camera, but of our Lucky Star SkyChem network, we're still warming up. We're at 54 degrees. We've got a south wind right now at 8 miles an hour, so no wind chills right now, but temperatures only in the low 50s around parts of Grant and Kay County. We've got mid and upper 50s all across the metro, upper 50s and low 60s showing up across the south. We're at 57 in Guthrie, 56 in Chandler, 55 in Piedmont, 55 degrees right now in Mustang with that south wind between about 5 to 15, but gusts are a little higher today in western and northwest Oklahoma, around 25 to at times, even close to 30 miles an hour. But things are pretty quiet across the central and southern plains. Again, we've been talking about the possibility of rain moving into the state. That will likely be taking place as we get into tomorrow. And that's the storm system that you're seeing on the west coast right now. Even a lot of winter storm warnings, travelers advisories, but that's not the kind of weather that we are expecting here in Oklahoma. It's actually going to be too mild for any of that. Highs will stay in the 50s and 60s, but by the time we get into tomorrow afternoon, there's going to be a chance of rain in the Panhandle and far western Oklahoma. It's really probably not even going to be until late tomorrow night and very early Thursday morning where we have a slight chance of rain in Oklahoma City, but chances are not great for much rain at all. By the time we get into Thursday and Friday, we are looking dry and milder, temperatures climbing into the 60s again. By the time we get into Friday night, there is going to be this weak wave that passes on by that will bring a slight chance of rain, but again, chances don't look all that great. And we've also been talking about the possibility of another storm moving in just in time for the weekend. Right now, that timing is still really Saturday and into Sunday, with some colder air moving in by early Sunday afternoon, and some of that could potentially be even some snow. But here's the thing, the data still completely disagrees with each other. One data says, yes, we're going to get some snow, at least in northern, northwest Oklahoma, a slight chance anything does make it into the metro. And another piece of data says, well, that's just not going to happen at all. We're going to stay dry, but it will be a little bit more chilly. So for now, I'm just keeping a slight chance of a wintry mix, even here in Oklahoma City and areas to the north as we get into Sunday. Behind that, we're going to be chilly for a couple of days, but then after that, temperatures look fairly mild. We're going to be back into the 50s, eventually the 60s, with another chance of rain a little bit closer to about midweek. So just kind of looking at the near term, clouds will continue to increase throughout the day, especially overnight tonight. By tomorrow morning, we're still dry. It's not until later in the afternoon where we finally at least have the chance of rain in the Panhandle and parts of western northwest Oklahoma. That should pick up later in the afternoon and evening, but still Oklahoma City dry, but we still have some clouds around, temperatures back in the 60s. And there's 1 o'clock tomorrow morning, or Thursday morning, and that's when we actually have a slight chance of actually maybe getting a few sprinkles here in Oklahoma City. But by the time we get into Thursday afternoon, the sunshine returns. It's going to be very blustery. It's going to be a south wind. We could see gusts as high as around 40 miles an hour at times, but it also looks pretty mild. So today we're shooting for a high of about 61 in Oklahoma City, with the wind being light in the metro, but a little bit more wind out to the west. So 58 in Alva, 60 in Clinton, about 61. Later today in Lawton, 60 in Shawnee, 62 degrees in Norman, 60 in Piedmont, and 61 this afternoon in El Reno. Overnight tonight, dropping down into the low 40s. It's going to be a south wind, so the wind's going to be picking up quite a bit overnight tonight. 43 though in Jones, 44 in Guthrie, 43 in Yukon, 42 by tomorrow morning in Mustang. And then tomorrow afternoon, temperatures climbing just a little bit more. 63 degrees in Oklahoma City. That south wind's going to help, but it's going to be very blustery. So a south wind between about 20 to 35, but we're looking 25 to 40 out to the west. 65 in Lawton, about 64 tomorrow afternoon in Ardmore. Tomorrow afternoon, there's your chance of rain, a better chance in the far northwest. By tomorrow evening, that chance will slowly start to move off to the east, but keeping Oklahoma City out of it at this point by tomorrow evening. But tomorrow night, so probably around midnight, if not maybe a little bit after, that's just going to continue to weaken as it makes its way across the state. So about a 20% chance here in Oklahoma City we get anything. Thursday afternoon, we're looking dry, more sunshine, but still very windy. That's going to help to push temperatures into the mid and upper 60s. And we're going to stay mild at least through Friday, but this weekend temperatures slowly start to go back down. There's your slight chance of a wintry mix on Super Bowl